ahead.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so hello, good evening, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here, Nina, Carol. So good to see you. Tonight is an introduction to a framework that helps people move from surviving to thriving personally, professionally, and entrepreneurially. Okay. This is about clarity. So there's no pressure here. There's no sales. We're here to give you the information that you need. Okay. All right. So now let me make sure that this is working the way I want it to. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Technology is a beautiful thing when it's working. Okay, so why does YEA exist? YEA exists because too many capable, talented people are just surviving. They are overwhelmed, they're isolated, or unsure of their next step. When they were created, when we were all created to thrive. That's why YEA was created. This program provides structure, it provides support and community to people who don't have to figure out growth alone. That's why exists today. I am going to bring on Carol a little later, but right now we're just going to keep things moving. So we're going to talk about the 7 pillars to thriving. That is the foundation for this entrepreneurial program. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And forgive me with this PowerPoint that I'm doing here, but it's okay. We're gonna keep moving. So what does thriving mean? Thriving doesn't mean life is perfect. It means clarity. It means confidence. It means consistent action, okay? And support, even in the middle of a challenge. That's what it means to be thriving. Thriving is intentional, all right? So, I got to remember which way I'm going. The 7 pillars framework. So I'm going to just give a very high level overview on the 7 pillars. Mindset. It's the biggest deal, right? Um,
Yeah.
it is, it's the foundation. It's the foundation for everything that we do in our life. It shapes how um, how we see ourselves. It shapes our circumstances and it shapes our future. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They get stuck, sorry, in beliefs that they never question. Okay. In YEA, we help people to recognize and replace limited beliefs so growth becomes possible. That is mindset, and it is the biggest deal. Pillar number 2 is focus. Focus determines outcomes. So when you consistently focus on, or what you consistently focus on, it grows. When you ignore, it fades.
Mm.
So overwhelm usually isn't about doing nothing, but it's about trying to do too much without clarity. And that's why we need to learn how to focus. Pillar number 3, declaration. This is one of Carol's favorites, I believe. And so declaration means naming what you want clearly and loudly. Undeclared goals stay ideas. Declare goals, activate accountability and movement. And I'm just going to stop here for a moment because I want to give you an example of how powerful declaration is. So, Carol, if you wouldn't mind just sharing um, your sharing how declaration helped you to go from zero to where we are now in 82 countries.
All right. So I'm actually just going to point something out. If you look at Eudine's background, it says 76 plus. You look at mine and it says 82. Well, that's a contradiction. But here's the deal. I created her background back before no, just a little bit before November. I created this one like 2 days or 3 days ago. So we have gone from 76 countries to 82 in a very short period of time. Now, how we actually got into 82 countries is I declared this way back when, about 5 years ago, that I wanted to go global. Now, I didn't know how, how I was going to do that. My knee shook when I said it because I didn't have any clue how that was going to happen. I was only in the US at the time. So, but here's the deal. When you declare something, people around you know what you're up to. And so one of my dear friends, he was a head coach in my program back then. He said, "Carol, I'm going to Africa." And I said, "Keith, find the entrepreneurs over there." Now, if if I had not declared that, how I would have been with Keith when he said he was going to Africa. I would have said, "Oh, Keith, have fun, enjoy, send pictures. I know they're going to love you over there, right?" But because I had declared it, I absolutely had an intention around it, and I saw the opportunity that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. I wouldn't have seen that as an opportunity if there was no purpose or declaration that I had said before. So you will see opportunity. When you declare something, opportunities, doors start opening, resources start coming, teams start joining you and aligning with you. And you see them as opportunities, not just as, oh, good. Okay. So declaration has become my most favorite pillar because it has moved my life so forward. So it moved us into 82 countries. I started doing this in Africa in 2020. Okay. That's
Wow.
when we went global, was our first country in Africa, Ghana. And that's it. And since 2020, we are now in 82 countries. You never know when you declare what's going to get produced.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's why it's my favorite one. And
Wow,
then it's given me so many more things, but that is my favorite story to share is how we went global.
that's
So,
powerful.
again, declaration isn't about pressure. It really is about ownership. And I think the key phrase here is words create movement. That's what declaration is all about.
Mm.
So we're going to move on to pillar number four, visualization. So visualization creates a roadmap. When you can't see where you're going, your decisions start to align with that future. All right. So visualization is important to be able to see where you're going and then take the action that you need in order to get there. So visualization is about seeing your idea in action, seeing your goals first, and then taking action. Oh, so this should actually say pillar number five, not four. It's pillar number five, accountability, imperfect action. And so I am going to say right here and right now that uh, this would have bothered me. The fact that it says pillar number four, and we've already done pillar number four, and it would have just thrown me off because I'm a perfectionist, right? But here we are. This is pillar number five, and I'm okay with it. I'm not perfect. It took me a while to get there, but being in this program helped me. Is not necessarily. I can make those changes later, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that next week, this is actually this is actually going to say pillar five next week, but that's okay. It's pillar five. It's accountability, imperfect action, and I'm a perfect example of imperfect action. All right, so growth doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Imperfect action builds momentum. Accountability keeps momentum alive. All right, so progress beats perfection every single time. And I'm here to tell you that that is so true. All right, pillar number six, creativity and collaboration. This is where you tap into your greatness. All right, this is creativity unlocks what's inside of you. Collaboration allows you to go faster and further than you ever could alone. And I think in Carol's story, if she had not spoken about what her dream was, other people can't hear it. And if they can't hear it, then they're not going to be able to say, oh, you know what, Carol? I can help you. I have a resource for you. I would like to partner with you. Okay. So if you notice all these pillars, they all interlock. But the foundation of everything that we're talking about is the mindset, because you can't get to pillar number six if your mindset um, is not in that growth format, right? It is the biggest deal for sure. All right.
I want to share
So
something.
please do,
Can I
Carol.
share
Yes.
something? Okay. So inside of creativity, I ask my students in YEA Global, and say, okay, so guys, where is the richest place on the
Mm,
planet?
that's right.
And some of them have heard it and some of them haven't, so I tell them not to shout it out. But where is the richest place on the planet? It's the cemetery, because there are so many people's brilliant, beautiful ideas that died with them because they didn't take any action. So we then didn't get to experience their greatness, and they didn't get to experience their greatness. And I tell my
Mm,
students, don't make that cemetery any richer. Bring your ideas out, put actions to them, and let us experience your greatness. Okay.
yeah, definitely. And when you collaborate, you go faster and you go further.
Mm.
That's what collaboration does. So pillar number seven, another one of Carol's favorites. Um, I have to say this before I explain about community and leadership, that this program is probably one of the only programs I'm aware of that when people complete the program, they stay. They stay and they let the community know what they're doing, what their struggles are. If somebody in the community is struggling, people will start sending their ideas, their suggestions, their encouragement. And community is so important. In this program, at least, it's the glue that holds everything together for sure. Community is the glue that holds all of the pillars together. So without the mindset, and without the community, it's like a sandwich. Mindset, community, and then you've got the filling in between that. It's so very important. And then leadership. Um, Leadership is not about a position, it's about influence. It's about service, and it's about responsibility in a new era. And I
Mm.
say the word era because I want Carol to just briefly touch on the project that you have partnered with recently.
Yeah. So I'm declaring, um, but my partner that I'm collaborating with, he actually declared it first. He declared it on LinkedIn in his banner saying he wanted to build 1 million bold leaders by 2030. And I said, a man after
Yeah.
my own heart. He is literally declaring this out to everybody on LinkedIn, okay, with his banner. And I said, I've got to meet him. So I messaged him and I said, I can align with that. I want to work with you. Now we do a podcast about the new era of leadership, and it's all inside of that we're raising more leaders, not followers. We're raising more leaders to be leaders, to lead in a heart-led leadership, not in a boss, not in an ego, not in a it's it's all about me. It's all about others and service to others. And it is getting bigger and bigger. And we have a group on LinkedIn right now, and if you have an interest, we would love to have you be a part of it. And my niece is in it. A lot of people are in it now, because it is that we are teaching heart-led leadership. And that's what we're teaching in YEA now also. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Carol. And we have to realize and recognize no one thrives alone. No one thrives alone. We do need that collaborative spirit. We do need that community in order to get those ideas out of our heads, okay, out of our heads and into action. All right, so those were the seven pillars. Just real quick, real brief. The YEA program is a 10-week. The word I like to use is experience. It's a 10-week experience where these pillars are applied in real time with mentoring, accountability, and community. So, what I want to do at this stage, Nina, is ask if you have any questions. Open it up and ask if you have any questions. Is there anything that you would like to get clear on? And how can we help you get to that next step? And in your case, it's being a co-facilitator. So excited for you.
Thank you. Um, I definitely like the seven pillar idea. I definitely like all of them were strong. They all stood out to me. The last one, community and leadership. I like the part where you said, you thrive when you work together, like with a community of people, with a team of people. It's pretty much, I mean, maybe not impossible, but it'd be pretty close to impossible to start an organization, a company, whatever um program you're trying to come up with by yourself. And
Mhm.
it would take away from the experience in itself. Um I found the creativity and the collaboration, I really resonated with that because I'm at a point right now in this situation where I'm like trying to figure out whether or not what's the next right move for me, educationally wise, um whether or not what to take up to go if I do go to grad school. So this get your mindset right first before anything else. I thought that
Yeah.
that was so strong and that really stood out to me. I guess I'm just curious to see what else is going to entail in the role of becoming a co-facilitator.
Hmm.
Okay. Carol, do
Okay.
you want to speak to that
I
a
can
little
answer.
bit?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can answer that. So, Nina, as a co-facilitator in our niece's program, it is honestly you being on her team to really and truly have that course be a thriving course. Okay. And what that looks like as a co-facilitator is you would be getting trained to lead pieces of the course. You will be an educator. If that is something that you love doing, this is a place for you, because you're going to take on some different pieces. Now, will you deliver the whole course? No, but you'll deliver different pieces because in each class, I have at least 4 or 5 people that deliver different things. It's my class. Annalise's course will be a class will be 2 hours. So there will be different pieces of the course that you do every week. And so you might say, oh, I want to do this piece every week. Or, oh, I want to learn how to do a few different ones. And you can do that. Um, but as a co-facilitator, you would be help supporting Anais in putting people into the program, into her course. And an active course is 25 students. But if you have 50 students, big difference. Difference in the course itself at 50 students than 25. But the big thing is this. As a co-facilitator, first of all, the perk is you do not pay for the program. Okay. The program, her pilot program is $995, her first course. Her second course is $14.95 because that is what I charge. But in the pilot program, we're charging $9.95. And you won't have to pay that ever because you are a leader in her program. Okay, so that's one nice thing. The second thing is this: once you and she and her other co-facilitators put 50 students in seats, you now go into our affiliate program and you actually can make money from bringing more students into the program. Okay. So with 5
Oh,
co
okay.
yeah, because we have an affiliate program. And so once you're out there, if you're marketing, you're emailing, you're telling people, and somebody comes in after you've done your 50 students, because that's the requirement for the affiliate program to kick in. Our course can go up to 100 students. I don't wish that on Anais in her first course. I want to see her have 50, 51 students, okay? I don't wish you have 100, because I think that will be a little challenging when you haven't led it before. And Anais, I will be there. I've got your back, and I will be there and supporting you every step of the way inside of it. And I'm going to be in the background. You are the director for this program. So Nina, inside of being a co-facilitator, once you and the team has put 50 students in, you guys will, all the co-facilitators, and Anise, something else happens for her around the affiliate program, but all the co-facilitators can now participate in our affiliate program, and you'll make up to 30% of a 40% registration. Okay. So you'll make anywhere from how that affiliate program works is 1 to 10 registrations inside the affiliate course, you'll make 15%. And then it goes up 5% all the way up to 31%. Okay. So that's how, so
Okay.
it can be very lucrative. So you would be definitely getting compensated for really going out there and inviting people, a lot of different people to it. Okay. So we want to make sure that the co-facilitators do get paid, but we can do it in that way. Okay.
I want to thank Nina for coming. I'm glad to see you.
Yes.
And we'll
I'm
have
glad
more,
to see you guys too.
yeah, we'll have more conversations about this. But another thing that Eudine shared with me is there's an opportunity, Nina, for someone like you who are you're looking at continuing on with your professional education, where you might be able to also earn some continuing education credits, which I think is super. So I wanted to just remind us that that's an option. Okay, so I'm just saying hi, Omar, and I'm gonna go away now.
Hi, Omar. Welcome.
Hey, Omar.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, um, any other questions that I can answer for you?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So definitely schedule a time to meet with Anais, and so you can, discuss the co-facilitator role a little more. She does have the thing I love about this program is that you know, when you have an idea, and this I think falls back to imperfect action, you put it out there, but then as you're going through, you recognize, oh, this piece is missing. Oh, I need to tighten this up a little bit. And so one of the things that we did, Carol and I collaborated. Collaboration, there you go. Carol and I collaborated and we came up with an onboarding process for our directors and also a training checklist for our co-facilitators, which we didn't have. This is brand new. So you are, yes,
I
Anais.
already gave it to her.
Ah, good for you. You are so on the ball.
I love it.
Um, but again, this just shows that, Carol had this idea. She put it out there. She's been doing it for years. It's been very successful. But you can then have somebody like me who is very strategic in her thinking. And I thought, I think there's something missing. And so I went to Carol. I said, hey, can we talk about this? And so now we have that piece. And I'm sure as we continue, as the program continues to grow, there may be other pieces that we see. Wow, this is missing. Maybe we need this. Maybe we don't need this anymore. But again, it's about collaboration. It's about taking ownership, leadership, and having that mindset to not be closed and fixed in how we think, but to have that growth mindset, to be able to look at ideas from different angles and say, hey, you know what? That might work. Let's talk about it. Let's work on it. Let's do it together. So Nina, thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here. Omar and Anais, you wanted to share
I do
something?
want to share this because I don't know how much information Nina gave you about the professional situation that she's already in. And she is working with a special population. And I can imagine, because I could declare it, that there might be a way for Nina to be able to connect her population that she's working with what we're doing. Just in the way that you connected with veterans,
Mhm.
Carol,
Yeah.
Nina is working with people who might benefit from getting maybe not all of the program, but some of the program as they're continuing their development and maturation as an adult. So I wanted to throw that in there before I
Oh,
forgot.
wow. Okay.
Okay, excellent. Well, we are here as a community, so whenever you're ready to share and get a little deeper, Nina, we're here. But that's what Anais is there. She's the director of that program, so she's the one you need to have that conversation with, and then Anais can come to Carol, and we'll go from there. But I do thank you from your little town outside of Philly for being here. Stay warm because I know you guys had a lot of snow in that area. And I think there's more to come, unfortunately.
Well,
Uh,
So,
Yeah.
well, I declared that we were not going to have a national, emergency here. We only got 3 inches.
oh, great.
oh,
That's awesome.
I was
start
like, well,
declaring, guys. Start
yeah, we
declaring.
don't need that. I declare
Yeah.
we're getting less than a foot. I was like,
Right.
okay.
All
Good for
right.
you. Good for
Um,
you.
So before we end, I'd really love to hear what Nina does, what you're up to. I love
You want to
hearing.
stop the recording, Carol, and then she can
No,
share?
no, I
No,
actually
you want
wanted
to keep it
to
going?
share it
Okay.
right on the recording. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd love to hear more about you, Nina, and like, what are your goals and dreams? What interests you in and thinking about being on her team as a co-facilitator, but it sounds to me like you're an educator. So I already kind of know, but I want to hear it from you.
So right now, I did begin my journey um, in education. I initially found a company called ESS, and they hire for substitute teachers.
Oh,
And I worked at a school called William C. Bryan in West Philadelphia for about 10 months. But in doing that, that was not it was an awesome time. I learned a lot of things about education and working in the field of education, especially public school education. But the job was it was a lot more in depth than I ever thought it would. I went ahead and applied for a program to basically join like a cohort for aspiring student teachers to they kind of pay for you to go to grad school, and as long as you teach during the day and go to school during the night.
oh,
That ended up not being the choice that I made. I quickly realized it was like at the same time I was teaching at that elementary school, but at the same time I was a tutor for a private company in mathematics, and then another I was doing something. I was an art instructor at the
Hmm.
Arts League on 42nd and Spruce, and I realized you're good at it. You have a knack for it, but that's not quite where you want to be. But out of that whole situation, I realized I enjoyed working with the special education classes, and
Hmm.
I had found this company called
mhm.
the Stepping Stones Group, and they had reached out to me and they were like, "We think you'd be an excellent fit for this." So I ended up doing the interview to be because they like to have the sped teachers have prior experience, probably I would say around 2 to 4 years of prior experience working as a substitute sped teacher. They were like, so we didn't want to put you in that position, but we want to put you in a behavioral health technician position, which is basically in RBT. That's not I have to get registered to be a RBT. Right now, I'm a BHT. Um, so that's what I currently do right now. I work with adolescents. I work with my first client is, I want to say about 11, 12 years old. She's more the extreme case of autism. Um, Working with her has been a huge learning experience for me. Um, um just kind of, even though I feel like I've been in the program for over 3 years almost, I still feel like I'm still somewhat new to this, but I enjoy it so much more. I
Oh,
never in a million years thought that I would feel this good making an impact on young lives.
Hmm.
And you know I was like, you know what? There's a path here. Like I could become an RBT and eventually go to grad school and become a BCBA, or if I don't want to stay specifically working with autism but still stay in the mental health profession, I could become an LPC. And I feel like I have a knack for that more so because I'm so much more well versed coming from somebody who survived such, you know, traumas and things like that based on a niece knows what I'm talking about. I wrote a collective of poems called Water, and I feel like, you know what? This is like something that could really work for me. Like
mm,
I just got asked to do a poetry reading at
mhm.
for some guy's company in Delaware County. And I'm like, this could work for you. So I'm like telling myself, yeah, I'm telling myself, start that page. I have my little social media on TikTok, and I'm like, just start putting out your work and gaining more like recognition, maybe likes for it. And you never know what could happen. You could, and then as soon as all this is happening, I meet Anais. And I'm like, and I had no idea. I had no clue what she did. I had no clue who she was. I didn't know her position. I had no idea. So I'm like, this must be an opportunity that's meant for me. Um, Going forward, I feel like, you know what, you may as well, because I'll never say no to learning more. I feel like I'm a sponge. I love to just soak it all up. Um, as an educator, I do not wish to work with younger people. I'd rather work with young adult to adult.
Hmm.
That's where I feel like my niche really is.
Yeah.
But definitely, definitely in the behavioral health, mental health part of it. It's just, it honestly, it blows my mind.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yeah.
I
Well,
just, because I've worked at that population as well, there's crossover with what YEA is doing. And some of the units are specific. Just even talking about mindset, just even talking about imperfect action,
Mhm.
creativity, these units could be very well applicable to adults or parents of children
Mm.
who need to adapt. And
hmm.
so that's why I thought it would be interesting to invite Nina to come.
Absolutely. And Nina, I've actually worked with at-risk teens. I did that for over 20 years, doing coaching and mediation. And you have to be a special kind of someone to work with that population. I did it for 20 years. And I always tell people if you are going to work with teens, you have to love teens, first of all, and you have to love what you do because they will know immediately if you are just doing it for the money. You don't get paid that much anyhow, so you better be in it because you love it. But I was thinking the other day, Carol, just how, excuse me, this program would be so good, but for yes, you did that for teens, even at risk, and give them hope because really when you dig down, the majority of these kids, they do have thoughts and ideas, but they either come from a home where that is not encouraged or they're hanging out with the wrong people who don't have a growth mindset. And so they just follow along. And if we can just tap into that and change their mindset and find out what it is that they want to do in life, wow.
Yeah.
That's another area right there. But anyhow, I do want to be mindful of everyone's time. Nina, thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
I hope that we've
really.
been able to inspire you and again, just, get with Anais. And thank you, Anais, for showing up. I
Mm.
appreciate that. Omar, thank you as well for coming. I appreciate you. And Carol, always, I love and respect you so much. So thank you, everyone. And with that, we are going to say good night.
Thanks,
Oh,
Eudine. Thank you, Carol.
wow. Can you turn off your PowerPoint for a second so we can all kind of see one another?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
let
thank
me
you.
stop sharing. There you
Yeah.
go.
So I want to just say this to you, Eudine. Guys,
Yes.
Eudine and I have been friends for a very long time, and I'm so excited that I am working with her again. And we went years where we didn't work together, but we stayed in touch.
Mhm.
Eudine, you did such an amazing job tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Listen, you are going to be, you're really going to be doing this piece for all of the directors to be able to send their possible students and their co-facilitators to find out more about YEA. It it was absolutely perfect except for the wrong
Oh, the
number on.
numbers. You better believe when I get off here, I'm changing, fixing it.
It was absolutely perfect. I couldn't have done it any better. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. And Anais, thank you. And Omar, thank you. Nina, just so you know who Omar is a director. He's training to be a director in Guadalajara, Mexico. And so he will be,
Wow.
yeah, he'll be teaching my program in Guadalajara, Mexico. Yay! Yeah, so
Awesome.
I just wanted you to, because he came in and I just wanted to make sure you knew who he was also, okay? Yeah, remember, 82 countries. So I have directors that I'm training and working with in many different countries besides the US.
Mhm.
Okay? So anyway, thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for coming to see who Y.E.A. is. And please, please get with Anais and create. Okay?
Okay.
Anais, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you for
Nina's awesome. So, we'll figure it out and we'll see if we can co-create something. But I really wanted her to have an understanding of what's going on and so she could appreciate it. So thank you, Eugene. Thank you, Carol. Thank
Thank
you,
yeah.
you.
Omar.
Thank you,
Okay.
Omar. Okay. Bye,
Have a nice
guys.
Have a good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna stop.